So we work with dentists that are in private practice, and what we're looking at doing is giving them some of the same or very similar pricing advantages that the DSOs are getting.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Dental Office Managers Community Podcast, where we talk about the issues that matter most and help us to become better leaders in our dental practice. I'm your host, Kyle Summerford. Let's dive right in. Hey guys, it's Kyle Summerford, and we are back for another podcast. And today we are here with Shawn Peers. And Shawn, thanks for coming on here and giving us a little bit of your time.
Thanks for having me, Kyle. It's great to be here.
Yeah. So, Shawn, I brought you on just to introduce you to the community because, you and I shared a little bit of your story. And I definitely want you to just come on here for our Canadian friends. We do have a lot of Canadian members in the group. So, introduce yourself to our audience.
Well, the cat's out of the bag there. I'm from Canada, obviously. Yeah. So my name's Shawn, and I run a buying group, or GPO, group purchasing organization, for dentists in private practice up in Canada. We've been around. We're probably one of the oldest ones that's in existence up north of the border. We've been around since 1985. It was something my mom got started, and I practiced law for 14 years, believe it or not, and decided I had enough of that. So now I'm a recovering lawyer. Okay. And decided I needed to learn more about business. Got my MBA and started working with dentists on a different level, not giving them legal advice, but now focusing on coaching them and helping them save money.
Cool. So for some of our audience members who are not familiar with a GPO, what is a GPO?
So we work with dentists that are in private practice, and what we're looking at doing is giving them some of the same or very similar pricing advantages that the DSOs are getting, because we can take our membership and negotiate pricing with various service providers. Obviously, dental sundries being the big thing, but not exclusively dental sundries. And it's just about leveraging the size of the membership and always staying on top of it, always being in contact with the members. You can't take members for granted. They join up, they pay the money, they want to hear from you too. So you keep them informed about what's going on in the industry and do the best to negotiate pricing for them so that they can save money but still get great quality products.
Awesome. So great quality products at a savings.
Exactly. Like, I only work with authorized distributors. I won't work with anyone that's selling gray market products because I'm just not comfortable with, what the quality and what the warranties are going to be like.
Right. Yeah, I've heard of some stories about some gray market products out there that circulate. Yeah,
I know it's hard. Sometimes people see how much money they can save going that route. But the old saying sometimes that you get what you pay for can really ring true when you go down that path. Yeah. So we want to make sure that the quality is there, and just as important, that if anything does go wrong, the manufacturers are going to stand behind it with whatever warranties they provide. But we still can allow them, the dentists, to save some money because of the fact that we're negotiating on behalf of more than one practice.
Gotcha. So it's all about the numbers, right?
Plain and simple.
If you can bring as many numbers as you can save more money.
Plain and simple. Huh. The more you can grow. And I mean, I had an interesting conversation a week or two ago with actually another coach out of the States. And his focus is working with small to mid-sized DSOs. And his perspective was, if you're staying in private practice, you've got to be part of a GPO these days. Like, that's just where the market is going. You got to give yourself as many advantages as you can.
Yeah. Interesting. Wow. Yeah. So is there a specific percentage that you would typically save a single doctor practice?
The amounts are always going to vary in terms of how good they negotiated to begin with. Okay. We can routinely see for a good practice, we'll still save them a good 6% if they've done a good job at negotiating. But that's just on the sundry side of things too, right? Then there's other elements that don't get included. We can save the money on service. We can save the money on commercial insurance, all kinds of different added features. Telecommunication services, you name it. So you add as much as you can, and we've had some situations where we save 13, 14% as well.
Wow. So what would you say to the doctor who says, I can just negotiate this on my own. I don't need to join a GPO.
You always can. Okay. Like especially since COVID, I found the market's changed quite a bit. And everyone is really trying to get market share. So a supplier that your GPO doesn't work with, they want that business. So they'll learn what the prices are and they'll match them and tell you, see, now you don't have to pay the GPO fees. Just save money with us. And they'll keep them there for 6 months or so. But the longer you're away from the GPO, the more those prices will creep up because you no longer have the knowledge of what my pricing is or, what other GPO you're working with. So what's going to happen is as you don't have access to that information, you don't know what the prices are. And hey, it seems normal. Prices are going up. So why shouldn't they? And everyone just assume that I'm still paying what the GPO is paying. And you're probably not. So, I know it sounds nice to save money, but you got to look long-term, think about the big picture and realize that the bulk purchasing power has power for a reason.
Wow. So you guys are kind of like the authority, I would say, like, you really kind of like protect the dentist and you say, okay, this is the percentage you're going to get in savings, and you make sure that it stays there.
That's our function. I mean, look, the companies and partners you work with, they need to make money too. And when their costs go up, you have to be realistic and say, yeah, their prices are going to go up from time to time. My job is to make sure that they don't go up as often and to try to create as much price stability as possible and to be fair to them because you want your supply partners to be happy as well. And that's a big part of it too, is you really have to work and promote the partners, right? You can't just, they're not too happy if all you do is just give them space on your website with their logo and URL. They want a chance to market their products too, right? Because that's what they're in it for. So you do those things for them, but then you also say, look, I am bringing you this business. I'm giving you these marketing opportunities. So we are this price increase is too much.
Yeah. That's one of the common things that I've actually heard. You buy a product in a dental, as a dental practice, you purchase a product, and then next thing you know, you go online to that company again. All of a sudden, the price is $50 more, depending on what it is. And so having you guys have our back, right, as a dental practice, seems like something of value that any practice would need.
100%. And I think part of the aspect is to be there when people do have an issue, because things crop up every once in a while. A member reaches out to me and says, well, wait a sec, what's going on here? And I've got to take it, I tell them, send me the invoice, let me have a look. And then I have to take it back to whichever supply partner they worked with and get that sorted out. And, so it's, like I said, it's not a passive thing. You're not just sort of sitting back, signed you up, we're good to go, have a good time.
Yeah.
I'm regularly in touch. I put out a newsletter to my members every month so they know what's going on. When there's other communications that in between newsletters that I need to send out, absolutely. And then, new businesses come on. You always want to add new business partners as well, right?
Yeah. You guys are like the police of savings. You're like the police of savings. I love it.
I hadn't thought of that. That's a neat way of looking at it.
Yeah, that's how I see it.
Good. Yeah, I like that. I'll keep that one in mind.
Cool. So Shawn, just share with our members, how can some of our members reach out to you? Just give us a little bit more info on that.
You can find our website is www.dentalpeers.ca. Or you can just email me, Shawn, spelled it SHAWN, @dentalpeers.ca. And happy to answer any questions and get on a Zoom call and learn more.
Cool. All right, guys, you heard it first. So Shawn Peers, thanks again for coming on and, sharing a little bit more info on who you are and the company. Guys, take care, everyone, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Thanks.